Hello friends, I am going to explain here the influence of the planets to the Taurus ascendants or Vrishabha lagna during the month of November. So this analysis is based on Vedic astrology. When the November begins, the Jupiter is already in exalted state in your third house. So the Jupiter is the lord of your 11th house, which resembles income and the social affairs. So when the Jupiter is in the third house in exalted state, it can aspect the 11th house. So 11th house belongs to him, and also now it can aspect the 11th house and while staying in highly positive form because it is in exalted state. That will lead to the uh, gains in your income, that you will gain uh, in your income in a highly positive manner. The Saturn is already there. Luckily, Saturn also acts in a favorable manner for your profession and your luck, because the lord of your ninth house and lord of your 10th house is Saturn. So Saturn resembles your luck and your profession respectively. So therefore, Saturn in your 11th house, 11th house also, it will give you some positive influences for your luck and for your profession, even for your income. The Saturn in your 11th house means it might give you some difficulties, or you might have to work hard to get your income. But anyway, you will still get a good sound income when the Saturn is there. But now, as the exalted Jupiter aspect there, the results are even better, because the exalted Jupiter influence to influence your chances of raising your income. Jupiter is there in the exalted state with direct motion up to 11th November. But even though it is in exalted state after 11th November, but it retrogrades. So it will in exalted but retrograded state up to 5th December. So that might lead to uh, the delayed influences of Jupiter, or some disturbed influences of the Jupiter. But don't worry, still you will get those much of the positive influences of Jupiter even after 11th November. Jupiter is the lord of the 11th house, which resembles your income and social affairs. So as it aspects the 11th house, it exerts positive income. It exerts positive influences for your income, and also for your relationship with the society. The society means here your friends, your relatives, and your colleagues in your profession or workplace, and also the outside people you meet in day-to-day works. So whatever the people you deals with, you will get respected from them, and you will be come to know the high type people in the society, and you will be able to get the help from them also during this period. All these works because the Jupiter acts as the lord of the 11th house. But still, you have to concern some of the other things which resembles by Jupiter, because Jupiter is the lord of your 8th house. 8th house is the worst house any horoscope, any birth chart, which resembles the setbacks of life, destruction, fall, sorrow, agony, then also life-threatening situations, death, and lifespan. Most of the things which I mentioned are negative matters of life. So the 8th house resembles them, Lord of your 8th house also Jupiter. So except your 11th house, so the because the 11th house is also governs by Jupiter, so it doesn't do any harms to the 11th house. But when it comes to the other houses, whenever Jupiter arrives there, it will do damages for the matters resembled by those houses. Because Jupiter governs 8th house also. So as the 8th house is the worst house of any horoscope, as the Jupiter is the lord of the 8th house, so it exerts malefic influences when it uh, travels to the other houses in the horoscope except the 11th house. Even though now it is in exalted state in your uh, third house, it will exert malefic influences for the matters governed by third house. Third house resembles your siblings, so it is not good for your. This period is not good for your siblings, and also third house also resembles uh, your uh, your activeness and your courage, and also your ability to uh, work towards achieving your targets. So, when it comes to those matters, Jupiter disturbs them. And also, Jupiter is in the marriage triangle. Marriage triangle means third house, seventh house, and 11th house. In the 11th house, Saturn is there. Now, in the third house, Jupiter is there, but Jupiter's aspect is not that positive to the seventh house, which resembles marriage and spouse. Because normally, when it comes to the other lagnas or other ascendants, the Jupiter's aspect is highly beneficial, highly positive for the marriage. But here, as it uh, represents the eighth house, the Jupiter's aspect is not that good to for the seventh house. Sometimes it carries troubles also for the seventh house because Saturn is already giving troubles to the marriage. So the uh, Ketu and Rahu also, Ketu in the fourth house and Rahu in the 10th house, they are also creating troubles for your marriage or spouse. So those matters are there. So uh, Venus is in debilitated state up to 2nd November in your 5th house. So 5th house resembles your children, your education, and your love affair. So debilitated Venus harms all of them. So it exerts malefic influences for them. So after 2nd November, it arrives the uh, sixth house. So it will not be in debilitated state anymore. It becomes powerful because sixth house is associated with Libra sign. The lord of the Libra sign is Venus. So it becomes the lord of the sixth house. So it becomes more powerful in the sixth house as it belongs to him. The debilitated sun is there already, but the powerful Venus there can overpower Sun because it can uh, give you some uh, good and bad influences in the sixth house. The debilitated Sun in the sixth house means it's bad for your fourth house. The matters resembled by your fourth house because the fourth house resembles your properties or long-term fixed assets like lands, buildings, vehicles, and also your place of residence uh, or your home. Those are the matters governed by uh, fourth house. The Ketu is already there, so it's creating troubles for that for them. And now the Lord is the fourth house is in sixth house in debilitated state up to 16th November. So things gets even uh, bad, more negative up to 16th November. On 16th November, Sun transits uh, and then it will not be in debilitated state anymore, and it enters seventh house and becomes stronger there. And the Mercury and Jupiter is already there from even before the November starts. So it's already there. They are already there. The Mars and Mercury. Mercury will be there in the 7th house up to 23rd November, while uh, Mars stays there up to 7th December. So 7th house belongs to Mars. So it will not do any big damage to the 7th house, means marriage and marriage and spouse, because 7th house, the lord of the 7th house is Mars. So Mercury also there. Mercury also uh, supports the matters assembled by 7th house. Sometimes it might disturb, and Ketu and Rahu also can see. Even the Saturn also can see the 7th house. Though now the uh, Sun also arrives there. Sun also is not a good planet to be in your 7th house. Sun will be there up to mid of the December. So all these things shows the ongoing period, and even in November, your marriage and or your spouse might be affected with negative influences. Rahu in your 10th house up to 5th December 2026. Rahu means inconsistency, and it won't allow you to stable in your profession, because Rahu's attitude is like that, sometimes rising, sometimes falling. When you fall to the ground. So you have to be careful when you act in your profession. So and Saturn in your 11th house, I already told you about that. So these are the areas which we have to focus uh, when we describe uh, on in common. Actually, this is the common analysis. But when it's come to your personal birth chart reading, then that means when you take a birth chart reading which is based on your birth chart, that might be more personalized and more accurate for you, because it's your own story. Because the birth chart means it shows the planets where they are positioned, and how strong their position and their aspects with each other, and Mahadasha, Aturdasha, and so that will give you like a screenshot in the sky at the time of your birth. It explains a lot of things about your life. So to get a more personalized and more accurate reading, you have to submit it to an astrologer and get that reading done. So destiny is not fixed. Birth chart shows you the destiny, shows your destiny, and good and bad things to come ahead in your life, and your weak points and plus points. And once you knew them early, you can prepare early, plan early, and uh, work with a proper plan towards your negative things and eliminate them, and gain upper hand and gain the success in your life, while getting the maximum use of the positive things to come ahead in your life. So that is the way to change your destiny by with the guidances of astrology. Thank you.